Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. I'm loving it.
Hi, guys.
What up, everybody? It's still not recording both of us. What the heck is happening? Okay, what about now? We are both here. We are both here.
Are we back to the nasally 90s? Is that what's happening?
Yeah. Baby, I wasn't supposed to know.
Do you know that our kids have discovered Britney Spears?
Yes, I know.
I walked upstairs the other day after working out and I heard
Oops, I
Yep.
did it again. I play with your heart. I should have been a 90s R&B pop singer.
But you should have been in a group.
I should have been in a group. I am the Beyonce.
So
sorry.
I'm not allowed to say I'm a cool mom.
But yes, I am.
But you can.
I am absolutely the
claim
Beyonce.
Got it.
Anyway, hey guys.
Hi.
We didn't say hello, but hey, it's Jay.
And Megan.
And we are the Loyal and Assertive podcast because I'm loyal and I'm assertive and she tries to be like me.
Like it. Yep. Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Exactly what he said.
Okay, I want to hop in. I'm tired on December 31st, 2023 already. Like, I'm done. We're not even that far into the
But are you tired
year.
because you've gotten a whole lot of things accomplished already this year? Is that why you're tired?
I'm just fat and tired, and I just want to be done already. And
Oh.
why we gotta achieve goals?
You're like, achieve? Why even set?
Why are we even doing this? That's the thing that I'm trying to figure out.
Yeah.
Anywho, let's go ahead and get into our topic for today. We're gonna start with a therapy moment.
Okay.
Here's the statement: hard for you is still hard, even if somebody else has it worse.
Yeah.
Hard for you is still hard, even if somebody else has it worse. I think I want to add something to that. Hard for you is hard, even if somebody else don't think it's hard.
Or if it's not worse than what you had in the past, too.
Yeah. So here's why I'm making this statement. Because I'm on therapize somebody today. That is my word. I'm about to put it on something. Don't try to take it because I will come and fight you. Let's therapize.
Yeah.
So just because somebody else may be going through something more difficult doesn't mean what you are going through isn't hard to you and is not hurting you and it doesn't feel painful to you. I think we very much, I think from the time's been timing, we have been comparing ourselves to other people, comparing our journeys to somebody else's journey, our life to somebody else's life, our situations and circumstances to somebody else's. And I do think that this shows up when we are dealing with hard times, where sometimes you can even feel like a shame or an embarrassment to say,
right,
I'm having a hard time with something just because it may or may not be difficult for somebody else.
Yeah, especially if you have people that in your life that are going through really hard things.
Yeah.
You can feel like you have to diminish what you're going through because they don't, quote unquote, compare.
Yeah, but hard for you is still hard.
Yeah.
Even if somebody else is, may not be wrestling the way that you are wrestling with the thing.
Right.
And so I feel like for this year, it's okay for something to be difficult for you. I don't think we want to lay in the trenches of that for the whole year, but it is necessary. While you laugh.
It was the picture of somebody completely burnt out laying in the trenches and being somebody offering help and they're like, nope, I'm just going to lay in my trench.
I'm going to stay right here.
Is it a trench? Do we ever talk about one trench?
Trenches. Don't lay in the trench of your sadness. Nah, but for real, I just think that even though we're only a few weeks into the year, some of us have already dealt with some pretty hard things that have happened to us this year already.
Yeah.
And it's okay for whatever that thing is to be hard for you and not hard for somebody else. And it's okay for you to seek help because it's hard for you.
Right.
It's okay for you to talk to a therapist. It's okay for you to talk to your friends or any of your loved ones and say, yo, this is difficult for me. And don't, because I think that the reason why I'm saying this is because I think that a lot of the times we won't share if we feel like the thing that we are dealing with is like trivial or small or not a big deal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I just feel like you should share everything, you know? And when I say that, I don't mean just be telling people all your business, but I do mean when you need a moment to talk to somebody else,
right,
you should absolutely talk to them. It doesn't matter how big or how small the thing is. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think that there is some like healthy perspective in looking at yourself and, you know, looking at people around you and being able to say like, well, there are things that I can be grateful for because, you know, this person over there is going through that and I don't have. So I think that there is some health in that. Mm-hmm. But to live in this idea where, you know, I can't ever complain because somebody always has it worse, then just diminishes what you're going through. And then it never actually, like you never actually deal with it.
Yeah.
So it's not healthy. It ends up not being healthy at all.
And I think that this is like especially true for spouses.
Yes.
People who are doing life together day in and day out. The reality is you and I can be going through the same situation and yet be experiencing it completely different from each other. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think for an example of that, I'm sorry I cut you off, but I think an example of that was the pandemic. I think 2020, even though we lived in the same house and the same things were happening to us, I think that it affected us very differently.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, in a lot of different ways. And I think that everybody kind of went through that. Mm-hmm. But I think that's a great example because I think that, 2020 let us see we can all be dealing with the same thing.
Right.
But it will affect us and impact us completely differently depending on who we are, what our personalities are, what our upbringing was, what our kind of dispositions towards people are, whether you like to hang with people or you don't like to hang with people. Where we derive energy, like where we get energy from,
right?
You know, which is a conversation you and I had.
Yep.
And so yeah, like I just think that it's important to build out some distinctions here that like you and I can be living through the very same thing, but we could literally be experiencing it. By the way, I saw this thing today that said if you use the word literally, it means you got small vocabulary. Whatever. You can literally be...
Do you literally have a small vocabulary?
Literally. Could be going through the same thing. Literally. I'm just going to keep saying literally. But you could be experiencing it in a different way. And I think that a lot of couples can have a hard time here where you want the other person to be experiencing what you're experiencing and they just may not be. And so it can be difficult for them to enter into the experience that you're having because they're not having the same experience. I also find this true for children. When you have multiple children, the expectation is this other sibling is supposed to be feeling what I'm feeling and thinking what I'm thinking and moving how I'm moving. And we got 4 kids and ain't none of them ever thinking and feeling and experiencing and moving in the same way. Yeah. And that produces a lot of conflict and a lot of drama and a lot of stuff. And I think that the thing that we've been trying to get to with them and with ourselves is like, hey, how somebody else is experiencing something is actually really valid. Regardless of if you can understand it, if you're experiencing it too. Right. You know what I mean? Like,
it brings compassion.
Yes. Which we all suck at. Like, if we just want to be honest. Ain't nobody got time to be compassionate. Yo, move on. Yo, I got my own stuff going on over here. But in all reality, yes, compassion is what it takes. But I think, just to kind of bring this back around, I'm saying if you are experiencing something that somebody else does not deem hard or difficult or problematic or even worth you being upset about, that's okay too. And you don't have to like demonize the person because they don't understand. I think the reality is sometimes people actually just don't get it.
They don't. They've never experienced it.
Yeah.
Or they have different past experiences that make them experience it different.
Yeah. Yeah. And so I'm saying like you have to then be compassionate enough to say, Well, maybe they don't understand. And for us, we've almost been married for 13 years. We've been together for almost 14 years. There's been so many situations in the last decade, that we've experienced together
Right.
where if we had this mentality, it could have been a little bit more helpful for us. Because we did, and I like the word demonize. We did demonize each other for not why you not getting what I'm getting? Why you not experiencing what I'm experiencing? Why you
Right.
not feeling it like I'm feeling it? But come on, yo, like we are all individual, very widely different people, and so I just think it's not only a dumb expectation, it's kind of an unfair expectation to think that people will always experience what you experience and vice versa. And I think I'm saying be gracious with yourself.
Right.
Even if somebody else does not get it, be gracious. Here's my last thing. This was not here in my little script. I ain't got no script, but in the script in my mind. Here's the other thing. Sometimes the person who is telling you that what you're dealing with is not as bad as it could be is actually helping you. Because we talked about not laying in the trench. But sometimes it's the person that comes to you to say, hey, let me offer a different perspective.
Right.
Something's going on in my throat, sorry. Let me offer you a different perspective. Let me offer you a different perspective that may help you see things a little bit different. That's not bad either. You have to be able to kind of wade through that and figure out, what part is true, what they're saying, what part is not. But also be open to hear that.
But you know what that takes, right?
What?
That takes actually communicating, actually like having the person that you can talk to and actually sharing things. And I think, along with that is even kind of sharing some kind of expectation. Like, hey, I'm going to share what's happening right now, but I don't necessarily in this moment want you to fix it. I just want you to hear what I'm experiencing it.
Yeah.
And then like think through all of the things that's making me experience this that could possibly be, damaging to me. And this is why it's hard.
Yeah, I mean, and God knows we we've been dealing with that for years at this point. You know what I mean? So anyway, hard for you, still hard.
Yeah.
Even if somebody else has it worse.
Yes.
That was the message.
Yes.
Moving on. Unpopular opinion. Should this be an unpopular opinion? I don't know how we want to say this.
I think it is a little unpopular.
All right, here's what it is. Don't be keeping all your kids' stuff that they call special. In fact, throw most of it away. So, if you know us, then you know us, and we got 4 kids, and y'all know what this is. If you got kids in any school system that's outside of your house,
right,
then the kids come home with all kinds of crafts and materials and stuff that they want to show mommy and daddy because it's so nice.
Made out of egg cartons
and paper and trash. And who cares?
And we literally say to our kids, "Oh, that's so nice. You can put it in the trash can."
Yeah, that's nice. Okay, throw it away. And
or we'll keep it for a day or two, and then you can throw it away.
And people have really kind of looked at us like we are being insensitive. And you can think that. I'm good with it.
I'm good.
Here's the thing. I looked at it. I appreciated it.
Yes, I appreciated them.
And I want you to throw it away. Because what happens here is, if I don't tell you throw it away, it's going to end up on my kitchen island or on the desk or on my night table or somewhere that's a space that's mine. And I don't want your stuff in my space because here's what I don't do. I do not come and bring my stuff into your space. When I bring papers home from work, I don't come and put it in your room. I don't do that. I don't say, hey, here's this assignment that I worked on today. Hang it on your door. Nobody wants that. You don't actually care.
Well, and I think another thought is, like, if you keep everything as special, then it's not actually special anymore because you just kept everything.
That part.
And I think through, like, stuff that I have from my childhood, I do not want a paper that I drew, like a self-portrait in kindergarten. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Like, if my mom were to hand that to me today, I would put that in the trash. Like,
all right, so I got a confession.
All right, let's hear your confession.
I still got some papers from when I was in middle school upstairs in our closet right now. They are special.
All right.
I mean, here's the thing.
But I'm not saying throw everything away, because there are some things
saying.
that we've kept from our kids and even to go back to my example of I literally have my kindergarten diploma. It's like a little piece of paper, and my teachers, I think that's a cool thing, because hey, like I have this, I remember my teacher, all of that.
Interesting.
But I'm saying don't keep everything.
I told you I was tired in 2023 already.
I'm just saying don't keep not everything is special and worth it. And your kids should be able to know that. So I think, this is my personal opinion, I think that a lot of parents do throw stuff away. They just don't tell their kids that they do. And that to me is even worse, because now your kid is coming to you and saying, where is such and such at? And now you got to lie.
So here's the moral to the story. Throw that trash out. You know what I'm saying? Trash day.
Let your kids know.
Let them know. Hey.
Let them know.
I love you. I do not love your trash. And there is a distinction. I love you. I don't love your trash. And so anyway, yeah, just don't be keeping everything. Because if I love that you said, if everything is special, ain't nothing special. So
right.
It just kind of is what it is.
Yep.
Throw it away. Do y'all throw your kids' stuff out? That's what I be wanting to know.
And do they know? I really want to know. Do your kids know that?
I think, okay, so here's the thing that I think that people have said is insensitive about us. We don't throw it away. We make them throw it away. Hey, this is great. Okay, go put it in the trash. Now, that is a little insensitive, but we are also about building pretty tough people around here. So
yeah.
Whatever.
But I also want them to look at things accurately. Like, there's a difference between, hey, I've been, Caleb's in art club right now, and he works really hard on some of his stuff. And so he's spent the last couple of weeks working on something. Makes total sense. I'm not going to say, oh, that's great, you've wasted all these weeks, go put it in the trash, because all that is trash. Yeah. I am not saying that by any stretch of the imagination.
Yeah.
What I am saying is, Mommy, I drew on this napkin, and here, I want you to keep it for forever. Yeah. Like, no.
I'm out.
Like, yeah. Like, they should know that that's not special.
Throw it away. That is my new song today. Boom. Throw it away. They don't need it no way. So that's our message. Okay, guys. We are a couple weeks into 2023. And y'all know,
I know where you're going.
Everybody be out here making resolutions. I don't be making no resolutions, because here's the reality. I know I ain't keeping most of the stuff I'm going to say I'm going to do. But here's one thing we are trying to do this year, because who ain't? Every year. Can we just talk about the fact that every year this is a thing?
Everybody knows where you're going. Just say it.
But no, because people be like, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing, expect a different result. So why we keep doing this? Anywho, we are going to talk about our wellness journey.
Our health and wellness.
Yeah. We want to be well, but we don't want to hurt. Yeah. So
I don't want to work for it.
Megan and I went to a boxing hit cardio station thingamabobber, hour long. Make sure you pour out sweat. Your arms are going to hurt for days on end class. Yes. Last week. Mm-hmm. Well, we supposed to go back this week.
I know. They keep texting me
and calling
and saying, "Let's sign you up." And
calling and emailing.
But can I just say, as soon as my arm hits right there, I'm in pain. Yeah. A week later.
It's unfortunate. I mean, here's the thing. Let's talk a little bit about the experience.
Okay.
We didn't know what we were going to do this year.
No.
I was talking to a homeboy of mine. He's doing CrossFit. We did CrossFit very temporarily, years and years and years ago, right after we had our last child named Chase.
Yep.
And CrossFit is for a different breed of human, because they be out here trying to kill you.
Yes.
They do not care that it's your first day. They don't care how unhealthy and how unfit you are.
That you
they do not
gave birth
care.
6 weeks prior. They do not care.
They don't care if you're bleeding, sweating, crying,
Finish.
throwing up. You are going to get it done.
With everybody staring at you.
And I'm here for pushing people and all that kind of stuff. But what you ain't about to ever do is kill me. Okay? You ain't ever going to do that. And so we decided CrossFit is not our jam. No. And I may God bless all of you wonderful people who do CrossFit and you are committed and your bodies have changed. I just think it's a different type of breed, and I'm not that guy. Yeah. I would like to be able to move my arms the next day And I need to kind of slow walk myself into this thing. Because here's the thing. I know me. And if I throw myself into something too fast, I'm done tomorrow. Like, I did it one time and that was it. And I did it. And now I'm done with the thing. You know what I'm saying? So we decided to try to find something else because we're trying to keep ourselves accountable this year. And so we went to the little boxing thing. And we really didn't know how... if we were going to be able to do it and kind of what to expect. But I feel like overall, yes, it was difficult. Yes, it was hot and I was sweating. Yes, it hurt. But I did have this moment where I thought to myself, I think I can actually do this. Did you have that moment or did you not have it? Because you know, again, we were just talking about different people experience different stuff. So hard for you, and just because it's not hard for somebody else might not be that way. So I had a moment of like, huh.
So, yes, I had that moment. It was in one of the stations. And I was like, all right, I think we were about halfway through at that point. And I was like, okay, I feel like I could probably do this. And then the next station had me doing inchworms.
Oh, yeah.
And I said, never mind.
Yep. My daughter says, nope, on a rope. That was exactly how we felt. Nope. Who's doing that? What? Like, so, I mean, I think what I did very much appreciate about how that gym operates is they just want you to finish the workout. But they allow you to modify and go at your own pace. And to kind of, in some senses, kind of control your own fitness journey. So, like, yes, let's get through this whole hour, but let's get through this whole hour the way that you need to get through this whole hour. And I think that is the difference between what we experienced here and what we experienced at CrossFit. Because CrossFit was like, it's a certain number of reps, a certain number of sets, and like you're just going to have to do that. There's no way in or out of that.
And there was a lot of pressure. So like if you're the last person, which we often were the last people doing the exercises, like you
first
have
off, you're not about to shade us
yelling
right
and
here.
Screaming.
You're not about to shade. We were the last ones. It was some other people who were finishing. Okay, maybe I was. All right. Okay, CrossFit story. I have asthma, so at one point, I'm like literally sweating my brains out, and they got us doing like push-ups or something, and or burpees or something. I hate burpees, by the way. They're awful. And like, bro, like I just can't do this, and everybody really was waiting on me. But here's what you also should know about me: I am not easily embarrassed. So I'm literally going to lay here. That's what I'm going to do.
We're just going to waste all of your time and lay here and let you just look at me.
You can keep looking at me. But I'm tired in real life, and I hurt, so there's nothing else that's gonna happen. I'm sorry, did I cut you off?
And I was just gonna say the difference. One of the differences I felt like with this one is there was like encouragement and compassion without like undue pressure. So she would walk over and say like, "You doing all right? Do you need any help?" But she wouldn't stand there over top of you. At one point, she was like, "Do you need a lighter weight?" And I was like, "No, I think I'm good." And then she came back over and she's like, "Are you sure?" And I was like, "Yeah, you're probably right. I need a lighter weight." But it wasn't like, I'm just going to stand over you and look at you and make sure that you finish. It was, "Hey, I'm available to help you." And then I feel like most of the people in the class were the same way. Because I know that you had help from one of the people. And then I also did too. Somebody came over and was like, "No, like pick your arm just a little bit higher up. You're doing a good job." I felt like, I don't know. I felt like they were on our team, but everybody was individually doing their own thing at the same time.
I think what was also most encouraging was like it was people in that class that looked like me. One of my hardest issues is because I went from being like a skinny child to just like a fat person overnight, and I'm like, there was no in between. There was no. So I don't really have a lot of experience with working out and stuff like that. I didn't have to when I was younger, and then I couldn't. Let me not say I couldn't. I just didn't. And so, it was an interesting thing to be a part of a class where there were people who just look like me and may have some of the same struggles that I'm having. I mean, here's the reality: we all want people to identify with us, and so Excuse me. And so it just was helpful to do that. But I'm gonna tell y'all what my goal is because I want to move into something else.
Yes.
As we before we close this here, chapter of this here episode because
Okay.
it's like literally almost been a half an hour already.
But I feel like we haven't barely talked about it.
So let me make sure that we're not,
So-
going to go over time for all
Well,
of you lovely people.
thanks
who
for
listen.
everybody who's like stuck in with all of our rambling.
Yeah, we just be ranting sometimes, and that's just kind of what it is. I had promised myself that like I was going to become a Marvel character by the time my girls is teenagers, and I'm running out of time.
Can you just share which one though?
What character? Which character did I say?
Hulk.
Oh yeah, that's the dude. You know what I'm saying? Like,
But Hulk's not skinny, so
but
that's
also
good.
we were watching the Wolverine
Oh.
movie, so now I kind of want to look like that though. You don't like that? Okay, we
No,
can talk
no,
about
no,
this
no.
later.
It wasn't that I don't like it. It was just like, to me, like Bruce Banner is like a normal, like.
Yeah, but
he-
Hulk is completely abnormal. So he just looks regular, and then he looks crazy.
Okay, all right. But then like Wolverine is like his muscles have muscles.
Yeah, and that's probably not gonna happen. But but I there's a certain physique mystique. Yeah, I'm saying like energy I want to bring to a room.
Yeah.
When these little boys start popping up at the house, because I'm gonna need you to know that I can knock your head off. And a matter of fact, I might just be able to just squeeze your hip in between my bicep and my tricep. You know what I'm saying? And pop it off your neck. Nah. So anyway, that is like I'm joking, but I'm also being very serious.
Yeah.
It is part of my why. I want to be able to kind of protect my family, my girls. You know what I mean? The world is crazy.
I think having a why when you're in a fitness journey, though, I think,
Yeah.
or even just a health journey, I think a why is important because just I want to look good in this outfit isn't going to last.
Yeah, but and here's the thing though, because I don't want to like criticize that. That can be a part of your why.
Absolutely.
I think your why should be. Somebody at one point in time told me your why can change from day to day.
Yeah.
And so at one point in time, I was documenting all of my whys. Part of my why was I don't want to look like SpongeBob in the summertime because I got skinny legs and a big upper body. And in summertime, when you got to wear swim trunks with no shirt and all that kind of stuff, because you be out here looking like SpongeBob skinny legs. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not here for the SpongeBob square pants. You're not gonna hit me with that. See, in the winter and the fall time, I can kind of cover everything up because you layering upon layer, and you supposed to look a little bit bigger because everybody got on all the stuff. But summertime hit, and then you can't disguise nothing. So I would like to go into the summer not looking like SpongeBob or Patrick or any of those fools that are very big. So. That is me. That's my why. But I am saying, like,
Yeah.
your whys can seem trivial to somebody else, but let them add up and be. And then here's the thing: be open to your why changing.
Yeah.
Because the thing that may have been your motivation yesterday just may not be your motivation today.
Yeah.
That's
And truthfully, health changes. And so, like, I would assume that I'm not going to be trying to do the same thing when I'm in my 60s as now when I'm in my 30s.
Yeah.
And so,
Yeah,
like,
true.
health, it just looks different at different seasons in your life.
Yeah. So anyway, let your why be your why. Here's what I wanted to end on.
Yeah.
Whatever your dreams are for 2023, do it. Like,
Don't get tired.
do it. Like, I don't, maybe it doesn't look exactly like what you want it to look like, but do it anyway. You know what I mean? And so if you want to start a business, maybe it doesn't look like opening a store right away. Maybe it looks like starting an Etsy page. Do it.
Yeah.
That very low startup cost, but it's something for you to kind of get your feet wet and get your foot in the door of what it is to do business. Maybe you want to be on TV. Start the YouTube channel,
Right.
as a way for you to begin to document yourself and to try out auditioning and all the stuff, If the dream is to get healthy, do it. Start a little bit at a time. Last year, we were trying to just walk an hour a day. Walking, not running, not jogging, just walking.
Yeah.
All of us who have able limbs are able to get up and walk. We walk to places all the time.
Yep.
And so, I would just say dream the dream, but don't allow the dream to remain a dream. So many people dream all the time and then they never do anything with it. And so, I'm even like, yo, you want to be a comedian? Start telling jokes on Instagram.
Yeah.
Like everybody can. You have a phone, pick it up. You're watching us, listening to us. I just want people to. I want people to stop dreaming and start doing.
Yep.
Because dreams that die with you are pointless. You know what I mean? Like, just in all reality. So don't allow your dreams to die with you. One of the statements that I've heard recently, and I know it's like a popular one, it's like one of the like wealthiest places is the graveyard. You know, so many people have allowed so many great things to die with them, and so I just want to encourage you to not do that. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, like, the reality is everybody has value, and so you have something to bring that somebody else can't.
Yeah.
And so if you don't, nobody will.
Yeah.
So if you're waiting for permission to do the thing, then you have it. Do the thing.
Yeah. Like we told y'all last time, we got kids in real life. So if you heard that, that was our front door shutting. So now we have to go once again because this is our real life. At some point, we're going to start recording these when the kids ain't around. But here we are. So again, we appreciate y'all. Go after your dream. It's 2023. It's here. Whether you were ready for it or not, this is our new family saying we may not be prepared, but we're ready.
Yep.
Whether or not you feel prepared, you are ready to do the thing that you want to do.
Yep.
And so go out there and go do it and get it done. You know what I'm saying? Yep. All right. We appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for joining us. We will see y'all next time.
See ya.
Jay and Megan got that heat.
Welcome back to the Loyal and Assertive. Welcome back to the Loyal and Assertive. Welcome back to the Loyal.